This video contains the full solve for Mini Hunt number 2, which was completed on February 8th, 2020 for a prize of $250. The winner of this hunt asked to go by the name Nobody, a reference to Homer's Odyssey. That seems appropriate given the long and drawn-out adventure that was Mini Hunt number 2. Before I get into the solution, let me recap the riddle and the hints first. The hunt was designed as a Google Maps hunt where participants can use maps and Street View to locate the location specified by the riddle. It was also given up front that the search area was contained to the United States of America. The original riddle, which was in 3 stanzas, is as follows. Upon the path to the lost city of gold is a jewel bright and pure, hidden neath the crystal waters, flowing swift and sure. To find the gem that's hidden inside this mystic land, you must first locate where life began, and men stand hand in hand. Then southward gaze on glowing lights, guarded by beasts of ancient time. Concatenate the primaries, and only keep the primes. These 3 stanzas, while they do contain enough information to solve, ended up not being enough to get someone to the finish line. So over the 5-month course of this hunt, I released an additional 3 stanzas which read as follows. If from the east you hear approach, upon deep waters you encroach. Sail swiftly to the other shore, then through the wooded hills of yore. The golden one lies waiting for whoever ventures east, from a river red with blood and a food that's made with yeast. A Spanish legend cleaved in half by Roman L or 50 cents. If through a friendly vale you stride, a cross will be your final guide. I also released hints during this time that the location was in the western half of the United States, provided a screenshot taken from the final location of the riddle, and eventually gave that the format for the final answer was a 6-digit number. Let's start by breaking down the riddle now so that you can see how the final solution is obtained. But first, let me give you the final solution itself. The answer was 323577. The way that the original 3 stanzas of the hunt were designed, the riddle starts by pointing you to a general area, and then each stanza subsequently zooms further and further in until you obtain the answer. So first we have the lines, upon the path to the lost city of gold is a jewel bright and pure, hidden neath the crystal waters, flowing swift and sure. The lost city of gold is famously El Dorado. Many people reached this conclusion quickly. The problem is that there are lots of places named El Dorado in the United States, and even in the western half of the United States. But a good place to start the hunt would be to start looking at various places named El Dorado and see if any of them fit in with the rest of the riddle. The one that you would have been looking for is El Dorado County in California. A quick perusal of this county reveals a city called Diamond Springs, which is our jewel bright and pure, as well as the crystal waters. So ultimately, the first stanza leads us to Diamond Springs, California. The second stanza reads as follows. To find the gem that's hidden inside this mystic land, you must first locate where life began and men stand hand in hand. The gem that's hidden is simply the prize money. It doesn't allude to any specific geography. The important information from this stanza is to find where life began and men stand hand in hand. That would require a pretty detailed search of the town of Diamond Springs. Eventually you would come across a building called Mother Lode Fellowship. It looks like a community building of sorts, and a quick online search reveals that they host AA meetings. The way that this location fits in with the riddle is that the word mother is the place where life began. All life begins from a mother. Fellowship is a place where men stand hand in hand. In addition, the phrase mother lode often alludes to the finding of treasure, gold, or some valuable cachet, so that was a little tip of the hat that this was the right location. The third stanza reads, "Then southward gaze on glowing lights, guarded by beasts of ancient time, concatenate the primaries and only keep the primes." It's likely that in order to discover Motherlode Fellowship, you would already be in Street View on Google Maps, but you definitely need it now to solve this stanza. By swiveling and looking south from Motherlode Fellowship, you see a Sinclair gas station. Their mascot, a large brontosaurus, is the ancient beast of time mentioned in the riddle, and it's also the image from the screenshot that I posted in one of the hints. The glowing lights are the fuel prices on the gas station. The final part of the initial riddle gives instructions on what information to submit for your answer, as well as how to order and format it. Concatenate the primaries and only keep the primes. To concatenate is to merge two strings together. For example, if you concatenate the words phone and book, you get phone book. If you concatenate the number 2 and 7, you get 27. But what are the primaries? This sentence refers to primary light colors. There are multiple sets, but the most common one is RGB, or red, green, blue. The red and green lights are obviously displayed as the gas station prices, $3.29 and $3.54 respectively. The blue one's a bit trickier, but it's also alluded to in the riddle and visible from this location in maps. It's the address of Motherlode Fellowship, which is 677. Motherlode is the final piece of the puzzle needed to find the treasure. By concatenating these 9 numbers in RGB order, we get 329, 354, 677. Finally, the riddle says to only keep the primes, or prime numbers, which leaves us with our 6 digits, 323577. The additional stanzas, given as monthly hints, provided information to help get people into the general area of El Dorado County and Diamond Springs. The fourth stanza reads, "If from the east you hear approach, upon deep waters you encroach, sail swiftly to the other shore, then through the wooded hills of yore." This stanza refers to Lake Tahoe, the second deepest lake in the United States, which borders El Dorado County in the east. If you imagined crossing the lake into El Dorado County, you would find yourself in El Dorado National Forest, or the wooded hills of yore. The fifth stanza reads, "The golden one lies waiting for whoever ventures east, from a river red with blood and a food that's made with yeast." The golden one again refers more directly to El Dorado, which is the translation into English. The river red with blood and a food that's made with yeast refers to the sacrament, which the city of Sacramento, California, was named for. Sacramento is the closest large city to El Dorado County, bordering it on the west side. If you weren't sure by now that El Dorado was your starting place, stanza 6 directly says that you're looking for a Spanish legend. It reads, "A Spanish legend cleaved in half by Roman L or 50 cents. If through a friendly vale you stride, a cross will be your final guide." El Dorado County is split in 2 halves almost exactly by Highway 50. The Friendly Vale refers to the street to look on in Diamond Springs, which is called Pleasant Valley Road. The cross as the final guide refers to the cross on Google Maps, which marks Motherlode Fellowship. The final solution of Mini Hunt number 2 is just an average mundane place, but even everyday places that we pass by and don't think about twice are filled with history and memories. Treasure is what you deem to be treasure, and if you think that the final answer 323577 is entirely random, maybe there's another use for it, who knows. Thank you for participating in Mini Hunt number 2. The next Mini Hunt will be released on March 1st, 2020. I'll try to make it a little easier next time. If you would like to join in, become a supporter over on Patreon, the link is in the description. And in the meantime, have fun working on the main hunt. I'll also put that link in the description. As always, good luck.